Print is not dead. It may have moved more often than not from paper to a screen, but it's clearly more important than ever. I was visiting the Arts and Technology High School in Marysville yesterday. It's an amazing place. It's a magnet school in the Marysville School District. And they have a championship robotics team. They have award-winning young artists there. But one of the points that a teacher who teaches computer skills there emphasized to me is that children who advance beyond high school and cannot read and compose a sensible email are not going to get very far in life. They're going to find out pretty quick that you're not going to advance based on your tweets or your text messages. You have to be able to write a complete sentence. You have to be able to read and comprehend material which is sent to you. And it struck me as I thought about what he said and I prepared for today's event, that's exactly right. That just because kids may absorb more of their information from a screen than from a book, especially later in life, doesn't mean that literacy is less important. Indeed, it's more important than ever. Now, here in our state, there are significant improvements that are needed to support and improve literacy. According to the Gates Foundation, it's estimated that more than half of all children in our state entering kindergarten are entering kindergarten without the skills they're going to need to succeed later in life. On the other hand, by age 5, children who've had nurturing attention from preschool teachers, from parents, from caregivers, are ready to learn when they begin kindergarten. For those kids who don't have access to a quality learning environment, the future can be pretty tough. Studies show that children who lack early exposure to reading struggle academically. Those who have not developed some basic literacy skills by the time they enter school are 3 to 4 times more likely to drop out in later years, to not complete high school on time. These children also tend to suffer from low self-esteem. They're at a much higher risk of substance abuse, teen pregnancy, and delinquency. Also, later in life, they're less likely to keep a steady job. They're more likely to experience homelessness, more likely to spend time in jail as adults. In fact, believe it or not, 85% of all juvenile offenders have reading problems. That's why it's so great to see some of our friends from law enforcement here today. They encounter these young people almost every day, and they'll tell you that kids who have failed in school, who haven't achieved literacy, are often the kids they're interacting with. 60% of our prison inmates in this country are functionally illiterate. And here's another amazing fact. 50% of our unemployed youth between the ages of 16 and 21, 50% are functionally illiterate with virtually no prospects for obtaining a good job. The economic impact is absolutely staggering. The cost of illiteracy to business and taxpayers is estimated at $20 billion per year. $2 billion is spent each year alone on students who repeat a grade because they have reading problems. And $5 billion goes to help support people who are unemployable due to illiteracy. Here in our state, we see another cost of illiteracy or just reading below a proficient level. Because it's not just about kids and adults who can't read at all. It's also about those who are reading below where they need to be reading. I spent 9 years on the Bellevue Schools Foundation Board, as I mentioned to you. I'm now in my 9th year on a different foundation board, the Bellevue Community College or Bellevue College Foundation Board. And it staggers me when I consider the amount of resources that our colleges and universities have to invest in remedial English courses for freshmen. They're coming out of high school in significant numbers, and they cannot function in English or in math at the college level. A significant percentage of them have to take remedial English and math after they start at CBC or Eastern Washington University or at Bellevue College or even the University of Washington in some cases. This is extremely costly. And if you talk to the high school teachers, they'll tell you, well, we're getting kids up from middle school who aren't adequately prepared. And I just talked to a middle school teacher from Lakewood near Tacoma. She said, I'm getting all these kids in my math class and they're not prepared in 6th grade. So where does it trace back to? It traces back, as we all know, to the kindergarten and primary grade years and to kids who are coming to school without the benefit of a good preschool education. And it tells us something that we already know, something that the researchers have confirmed again and again, that early childhood education is absolutely crucial, and that those kids need a boost from their home life as much as possible so they come to school prepared. That's where the Reading Foundation comes in. The Reading Foundation is based on the assumption that illiteracy is a problem that can be solved, but that we can't just leave it up to our schools and our teachers to solve it by themselves. Many people have play a key role in ensuring children enter kindergarten ready to learn. The leading role, of course, belongs to parents, grandparents, other family members, because parents are the child's first and best teacher. You know that old proverb, if a seed of lettuce will not grow, we don't blame the lettuce. The fault lies with us for not having nourished the seed properly. That's exactly right. When a child's learning potential is not properly nurtured, the seeds of literacy don't grow very well. That's why all parents and caring adults in a child's life must do their part to encourage, support, and teach their children to read. What I love about the Children's Reading Foundation is that you're reaching out to the community and helping those parents, encouraging those parents and those other caring adults to read to their kids and to the kids in their lives, and you're giving them the tools to do that. And you're using the classics. Look at the books that are up here, for example. Stella Loon. My kids love this book. My kids who are now 23, 19, 15, 11, they grew up reading this book. This book was such an influence. Our dog is named Stella. Because she's a yellow lab. Now, if we got one of the black puppies, it would have been Luna. We had it all figured out. There's so many wonderful books out there. We know that there's, but at the same time, there are kids who don't have access to books. The Children's Reading Foundation and support that you're giving them today is going to make sure that far more children are going to see that reading mobile come around, that van that they get so excited about that Marilee was telling me about at the park out here. They're going to have a chance to put their hands on a book and have that tactile experience of feeling the book and turning the pages and seeing the beautiful illustration. They're going to fall in love with reading because of what you do today. And those children who fall in love with reading, who become proficient readers and become more successful in school, may be among the first kids in their families to go to college, to go to university, to maybe obtain a professional or graduate degree. And their kids are going to be raised and they're going to be surrounded by books and they're going to be perfectly successful because their parents have that opportunity. And those kids are going to be a lot less likely to have trouble with self-esteem, a lot less likely to drop out of school, almost completely unlikely to get involved with crime or other delinquency problems. They're not going to go to prison. They're not going to end up homeless. They're going to have good paying jobs. So what I'm saying to you here today is you're not just here to support a program to provide books to kids. You're here to support a program that literally changes lives, that puts them on the course that will assure success for them. And if they're successful, our community is successful. What you're investing in here today is about a lot more than just providing books to kids. It's about changing lives. That is an incredible gift that you are being given today by virtue of the invitation that's extended to you to be here. You may have thought you're just getting up to go to another nice event, bring your checkbook and your credit card, see some friends, enjoy a nice breakfast. It's about a lot more than that. It's about the best investment you are going to be able to make today. It's about an investment you will make today that will change lives that you will never see personally, kids that you will never meet personally. But rest assured, you're making a difference in their lives that will make all the difference to their lives as they grow up. I love what Children's Reading Foundation says in their most critical message. The message that says, read with a child. It's the most important 20 minutes of your day. Or, in the words of the immortal Dr. Seuss, the more you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, the more places you'll go. Thank you very much.